What's up, YouTube? Finally got my motovlogging setup, microphone sorted. Had some issues with the adapter for the GoPro microphone adapter. Had some issues with that. I could probably put that in another video. It's probably good good information for people that want to get into it. Bit of a trap for new players. So this is my new channel. Just on my way to jiu-jitsu. Stay there. Yeah, just on my way to jiu-jitsu class, so I thought I'd do my first video. And what I'll talk today about is why I chose the Ninja 400 for my first bike. So I'm middle-aged, I'll be 48 years old this week. I've been riding bikes. So this is the first bike I ever bought. Got my learner license in December, so sort of 6 months ago. Actually bought the bike before I got my license, but you know, looking at all sorts of different bikes, what's the best bike? So here in New South Wales, in Australia here, I have to you have to do learner's permit. So there's a system called LAMS, which basically you're only allowed to ride approved. Look out, make sure you stop behind me, buddy. Learner approved motorcycles with certain power to weight ratio. So you can only ride LAMS approved bikes. And a bit of a peak hour here. Look at this dickhead. Nice driving, mate. Range Rover, enough said. So I got my L's in December. Had to go and do a course before my L's. So learner's course, then go and do the computer test, get your learner's permit, then you can ride one of the LAMS approved bikes. So because I've got my blacks, so full license in a vehicle, in a car. I've actually got my truck license. Usually if you got your learner's permit, you'd have to spend 12 months on a learner's permit, and then another 12 months on your provisional permit. And for that whole time, learners and provisional, you can only ride LAMS approved bikes. So because I've got my blacks on in my car license, I can go for my provisional license after 3 months learners. So I did my got my learner's license, 3 months worth of riding, and I'd never ridden bikes before. So I come in, you know, middle-aged, never ridden bikes, first bike I've owned. So did the 3 months on the learners, and then you have to do another course for your P's, your provisional. Did that, got my provisional. So I tried to do that as soon as I could. Stay there, buddy, because that means I got to do 12 months on provisional. I wanted to get that 12-month clock ticking as soon as I could, so I could get off these little bikes. So I was obviously looking at a small bike, LAMS approved. Which bike should I get? So looked at obviously the other thing too is like, why am I on a sports bike? I suppose we look at that. What is it about a super sport? So I started a new job the end of last year. Let's hit it. Yeah. So seriously, why am I on a sports bike? Enough said. I like the tuck, I like the speed, I like being uncomfortable. And yeah, started a new job at the end of last year, and the two guys I work with have got sports bikes. They do track days and stuff, so that obviously had a bit of a influence. More just from the mentoring side of it, you know. Never owned a bike before. I wanted to get something that I could get help with, maintenance, you know, looking after a bike, what it's all about, from someone that I know. Don't like this bit because the cops just hide around this corner and just off to the right here. It's hard to see them over your shoulder. Good movie. Woo! Bit of a breeze. Okay, so why the Ninja 400? It's probably, in my head, I think, like I'm a 6'2", 6'1", about 85, 90 kilos most of the time. It's one of the bigger bikes, so the bigger size. The engine's a touch bigger, and the 300s, 390. So there was some of that. You know, I wanted a bigger bike. I didn't want something that was... I do a little bit of freeway riding. Sometimes head into Newcastle for work. So yeah, I didn't want to just have this thing just screaming its head off for a 45-minute trip to Newcastle. So that was definitely something I thought of. And then the other thing was, like, looking around, I just thought it was the best looking bike. The Kawasaki just seemed like it didn't look like a toy. So I ended up, I picked up this bike, which is a 2019 Ninja 400s KRT edition. It had about 24,000 kilometers on the clock when I bought it. So I've done, that's 3,500 Ks in what, 5 or 6 months. So I've been done a fair bit of riding. This traffic light's always a clusterfuck. So now that I've had the Ninja 400 been riding it, you know, 3,500 Ks, what's the experience been like? Freaking excellent, I love it. So I've definitely, let's just change lanes here. I've definitely got used to the power. I'm already looking forward to the next bike. But as far as fuel economy goes, you know, a bike to learn on, I couldn't fault this thing, like, seriously. You know, if I can work out some way to keep this thing and buy another bike, I don't know. I guess everyone says that. You're not going to have two registered bikes. What are you talking about? Keep it as a track bike? What, the slower bike is a track bike? I don't know. Probably won't do that. So thanks for coming along for the ride. First motovlog with the proper microphone set up. See how the audio comes out. Hopefully that wasn't a waste of a trip. And yeah, we'll see you for the next one.